What's up, folks? Welcome to another episode of Watching Paint Dry here on Another Letdown Media. My name is Zach from Another Letdown and the This Is Difficult video game podcast. I'll be one of your hosts this evening along with my intrepid co-host on the line. He's our resident monkey handler. He goes by Broody Gambit. Mike, how's it going, man?
It's going great. Super excited about tonight.
Yeah, me too. We got some big stuff in store. This is the show where we hang out probably after, I don't know, it's weekend, so maybe not after, who knows. After we probably should have gone to bed and work on the ridiculous backlog of minis that we seem to keep adding to, because apparently we're just crazy people. I guess the old adage goes that if we ever run out of miniatures to paint, we will die. So we're going to prolong the inevitable. As with all the shows that we host on the Another Letdown Media channel, we believe in civil rights for absolutely everyone and in being as inclusive as possible, so any comments or activity actively working against that goal are not welcome and will not be tolerated. So, without any more delay, let's paint. Let's paint. I am working on a giant version of the Joker. For scale, here's a zombie that happens to be on my desk. It's approximately the same size as, a Crisis Protocol mini, which I should have just grabbed because that's right next to me also. So this is Clayface Joker from Arkham City. I'm going to take a few creative liberties with it, I think, and do some interesting stuff. But I'm also working. I've got about a halfway finished Luke Cage over here. His eyes look ridiculous on screen, but that's literally the way they're sculpted. So I'm working on fixing that up a little bit. But the reason I stopped in between is I've got this steel girder on the ground that I want to, kind of properly illustrate how I'm painting these, because I stumbled upon a really neat way to do that. And I also have to do other highlighting and shading and stuff. What have you got today?
I've got, first on the docket is Spider-Man, Miles Morales.
Oh, cool. I hadn't seen that many yet.
Yeah, I'm excited for it. Like, outside of Into the Spider-Verse, I really don't like Miles Morales, but the costume design is pretty solid.
Yeah, the costume's really dope. So So astute viewers will notice that I've pushed myself a little bit closer to my work surface today. I'm hoping I can get a little bit better vantage point on it, because painting from a distance, painting at arm's length is not easy. We'll see how that works. But I've also severely run out of desk space, which I guess I can shuffle over like a tiny bit. Oh dear. Oh, the perennial problems with Corax White. It has become an clump. Still usable though. I think. Maybe. We'll see. So how was your week, man? What'd you get up to?
Really busy.
Busy?
Yeah. We're still kind of settling into having 3 kids.
Ah, of course. They must be treating you okay then.
Hmm?
They must be treating you reasonably okay, though.
It has ups and downs.
Fair enough.
It's the one I would have liked. Some days are more challenging than others.
Yeah. I mean, as a teacher, I feel you there. But this stuff's not being cooperative. Hey, Jan. How you doing, man? Nice of you to join us on this altogether too warm Saturday. Then again, I would say that in almost any circumstances, because I just don't like warm. I prefer cold weather. I guess it's the hockey nerd in me. Having some adhesion problems tonight.
Oh.
So I had an interesting interaction with a customer today.
Yeah, what happened?
Well, no, nothing bad. Just interesting. He's one of our regulars, so I hear from him all the time. But he said, he asked me an interesting question. He said, go through the classic actors, like the old school, like the Marlon Brando types, and even up to like the modern classics, like your Robin Williams or your Denzel Washington kind of people, and cast them in a Marvel role, an MCU role. And I was like, that is possibly the coolest thought experiment I've ever embarked on. And I bring that to the table, soliciting your thoughts.
Is this supposed to be them during their heyday type thing?
Doesn't matter. Really. Like, who do you see? I don't know, pick an actor, and where do you put them? So like, easy, low-hanging fruit, right, is casting Bela Lugosi as Morbius, right?
Yeah.
But then you get into like the Boris Karloffs of the world, and it gets a little bit more difficult, even though those two are kind of like often thought of in the same, synapse firing.
Yeah.
And Jan Agro, feel free to jump in on this conversation too. Chat is welcome to participate. I'm interested to see what people think, because there are some cool actors out there that I'd love to see. What people think about that. So it started out like we started with like Robin Williams, right? Everyone knows Robin Williams. Everyone loves Robin Williams. And we were hemming and hawing, and we're like, wait a minute. He played, he was in Bicentennial Man, and he was awesome in that. So he can, meaning, or even like Patch Adams or something like that, where he is decidedly not playing his normal goofy self. He's not playing the genie. So can we go somewhere with that? And James Stewart as Bruce Banner, that's a good one. That's a good start, Jane Agro. I like that.
So I'm going to go with Orson Welles as Kingpin.
Oh, that's gnarly. I like that a lot. Oh my goodness. Yeah, that's really good.
What was that ding?
Oh, that was me bumping my GT's kombucha. Not a sponsor, but Dave, let's talk. He had this darkness inside him that would convey the anger of the character. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's really solid. Okay, I need to zoom out a little bit. This miniature's bigger than I thought. There we go. Fortunately, these IPEVO document cameras are awesome and can do that. I'll zoom back in when it's time to work on Luke Cage, but...
I'm trying to go back and think about which actors would fit the role.
And I mean, obviously, not every character in Marvel has ever been cast, so you can kind of go deep on some of these too.
Yeah.
Follow me, Yeah, that Orson Welles one was a good call. I hadn't even considered Orson Welles, but you're absolutely right.
And the Humans directed what is widely considered to be the best movie of all time. Mm-hmm. And starred in.
This miniature is only held by his toe, so it's really, really wobbly. And I'm not enjoying it. But it is the last mini in this box for Gotham City Chronicles, so it feels really good to be there. Vincent Price as oh yes, sir, absolutely correct, absolutely correct. That would be straight gas, and I would be terrified of that. Yeah, I would be tremendously frightened of Vincent Price as Dr. Doom. I mean, I feel like you should be a little bit afraid of Dr. Doom just in general. You know? And the way he's been played lately has not brought that.
Okay, so...
Oh, is that the Corvus Black?
No, this is a mixture of Vallejo Black Gray with their Vallejo Blue.
Oh, good move.
So I added a slight tinge of blue. I think I'm going to wash with the Ragnarok Nightshade.
Yep, I'm with you there. I mean, I'm always down for a good wash of Nightshade.
Mm-hmm.
You know that. It's my
Before I
favorite.
start adding the red.
Ugh, what is wrong with this paint? Okay, I gotta move this kombucha. I'm just whacking it with my brush. For the couple of inches I moved it is enough. Here's one, Carrie Fisher.
MCU, Carrie Fisher. Back when she was in, like, Star Wars, like, still young, I'd probably give her, like, a Shadowcat role.
Ooh, yeah, that's solid. Honestly, I think you could make an argument for Jean.
Mm-hmm.
While we're on Star Wars, what about Mark Hamill?
I mean, that's completely on the nose. You go Hobgoblin there.
Ooh, you're absolutely right. Yep, that is the correct answer. I feel like we'll have to revisit this thought experiment when Adam's back with us again, but...
Yeah, I feel like this would be a really good conversation with that.
He was a Flash villain, yes. He was...
the Trickster.
Thank you, yep.
He was the Trickster in the live-action Flash, and his performance on that got Bruce Timm to have him come in to do Joker.
Right. That was the John Wesley Shipp Flash, right?
Yeah.
Or the first of several John Wesley Shipp Flash appearances. Because if memory serves, he is the Flash again, sort of, in Stargirl.
Not in the first season.
Not in the first season, but he is confirmed for the second.
That's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
I did not hear that. I'm looking forward to season 2.
I am too. Brett Basinger did a really nice job with that character. I didn't expect much, but you actually sold me on it. You were like, no, dude, watch it. And I did, and I'm very glad that I did. I love Joel McHale. I hope he has a bigger role this season. And I mean, it seems like he will.
Who's Joel McHale?
Starman.
Okay. And I did like Owen Wilson. Or not Owen, Luke Wilson.
Luke Wilson, yeah. Luke Wilson. He is... Okay, hot take. Luke Wilson is the more entertaining of the two Olsens.
Most definitely.
I love Owen Wilson. I think he's very fun in Loki. I really hope Disney is just trolling us by saying that he's not going to do the wow. But I also wouldn't be surprised if that's the thing. It's so Owen Wilson to do the wow that it'll be such a bummer if he doesn't.
Yeah.
Because there's so much opportunity for it in Loki. I don't know if you don't usually watch those as they air.
No, we still haven't seen Falcon and Winter Soldier because we've been so busy with kids and stuff.
Yeah. Loki's a lot of fun. Episode 3 is kind of meh. I'm not going to spoil anything, but not that there's a whole lot to spoil from that episode. It's kind of whatever. But no, the whole show has been a very fun ride so far. I'm really digging it. It does help that Loki is one of my favorite characters too. That's important. A metric butt ton of white later. It occurs to me this villain box I could have gotten away with priming it white, but because I'm a glutton for punishment, I guess, I did it all in black. But I think we're done with the white. We can move on to something else. Here's one. Christopher Lee. The guy who played Saruman.
Mm-hmm.
Who would you cast him in the MCU? Him as in the MCU? Bearing in mind, he's kind of always looked old.
Yeah.
Need to repair this brush. Let's go. Wayward Bristles.
That's a tough one.
Isn't it?
I don't want to, I don't want to typecast him as, Doctor Strange, although I don't think he'd be terrible as that.
No, I think he'd be pretty dope as Doctor Strange.
But I'm really coming up short on something else that...
This one was tough. Yeah, Jan Agro points out he was an actor for a very long time.
Yes, he was.
He also released a heavy metal album. Did you know that?
Mm-hmm.
I think that's so rad. Any Hollywood actor knew how to ball, it was Christopher Lee. Mephisto. Oh, that's good. That's good. Yeah. No, I can dig that. I can dig Mephisto. I said Magneto. And I know that Ian McKellen has already done Magneto, but I just think a Christopher Lee Magneto would be so cool.
Mm-hmm.
And scary.
I'm kind of nervous about his wedding.
How are you doing it? You're not centered on screen, so I can't. Oh, it's red, right? The webbing on his costume?
Yeah, sorry. If I was off screen.
Oh.
So I'm getting the accents now, and I'm debating, kind of lightly just dry brush the red over.
I think that's probably your best bet, and then you can, go back in with a detail brush and replace the black. If you have to.
Let's say he's turning out to look more like Spider-Man 2099.
Yeah. Yeah. No, you're right. I think I'm just gonna say it, man. I think the blue might have been a mistake.
Yeah, I think there was just too much of a blue. Maybe I'll just wash it with black instead of blue.
Yep.
and see if that tones it down a touch.
That should take care of a lot of it.
Because like there seems to be like if you're looking at his mini, there definitely seems to be some sort of like bluish tint to it.
Yeah, honestly, so the way that I would accomplish that would have been in highlighting and not in base coating.
Yeah.
But that's alright, that's why we have this button. Learning and growing. Alright, let's throw out another actor here. How about Audrey Hepburn? Oh my god, come with me on this journey. Ready? Audrey Hepburn as Black Widow.
Okay.
I think that'd be insanely cool. It'd be a very different Black Widow than what we're used to. That's why I say it'd be very different, Jan. You're right. I don't think she would have had the physical skills. It would have been a very, very different situation. True. Okay, so maybe I'm off base on that one. Maybe that one's not right.
I do like that suggestion, dry brushing the red.
Yeah.
See well.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that worked. That's worked very well.
I just need to tap in a little bit of base coat, blue black.
Mm-hmm. Ow.
You right?
Yeah, I just pinched. So, I don't know if this will show up on camera, but like, I have some like, I don't know if it's tendonitis or carpal tunnel or whatever it is, but like, there's some bulging and inflammation in the pocket of my hand here, in between my thumb and forefinger, and every once in a while it just gets aggravated, and I'll push on a paint can and it hurts, like to close it, but it is what it is. Up until recently, I wasn't able to paint in the winter.
That's not good.
Yeah, that's how bad it got. But
I was about to get far enough north where the winter is a significant portion of your time.
Okay, so I'm starting to realize one of the disadvantages to working a little bit closer to my workspace is it's more difficult to get my arm in under the microphone. But it's only a problem when I need to reach the water cup. So I got to play a couple of card games today.
That sounds exciting.
Yeah, well, it was simple stuff. I mean, we were intending to have a board game day, but I had to work at the store all day. So while, the others were playing proper board games, I was selling board games. And so I got there, and I had Fate of the Elder Gods with me, and I had Brutality with me. And we went through the miniatures of Brutality, and Doug was like, "Oh, wow, this is so cool, this is so cool." And then we put it away, because dinner was ready. And then we never brought it back out. We ended up playing OK Boomer instead, which is a trivia game.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually a really cute trivia game. It's not got strong replayability, because there's a lot of questions that have the same answer. But it's a cute little game. It was fun. We played like 3 or 4 hands of it. I think we went through this before, but I can't remember where we fell on it. Is this my only? No. What? Oh, here. What? No, where's Caliban Green? I literally... Oh. Here we go. Alright. Base color for Joker's hair. I think we went with Caliban Green last time, the darker, for Mr. Joe. But I think I want to go lighter on this one. I think I want to go with the Wa Flesh.
Okay.
What do you think?
Yeah, I think I agree with that, going with the Wa Flesh.
Okay, cool. And that's where we're going to go. Oh dear. That needs to be shaken more vigorously. That did not do it. This does not bode well, my friend. I need like a toothpick or something.
What's the matter?
It's not shaking. Oh, here we go. End of this really old paintbrush. This'll work. Oh, that is just a clump. That is dry as a bone. I'll be able to rejuvenate it for this project, but oh dear. All right, water. I'm about to make a mess. Okay. We successfully put water into the cup without making a mess. That's a step in the right direction. Well, let's see if I can mix it. Getting there. Think it's working. Come on, I need like a tiny bit of this to last me the night. So on This Is Difficult, we were going a little bit bananas about Metroid Dread.
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel about it?
I've not seen anything about it.
Ah, it's the final installment of the 2D Metroid series. And basically it has Samus running away from this GLaDOS-looking robot thing. And we are very, very there for it.
I was say I've played Metroid Prime 1.
Okay.
That is the extent of my Metroid knowledge.
Ah, okay. Fair enough. Well, the 2D Metroids are great. Absolute classic Nintendo games. And if I had to recommend one, I would tell you to play Super Metroid. And I'm sure you can figure out which console that was from.
Yeah.
The Metroid Fusion is really good too. That was for Game Boy Advance. Whoa! Ah. Dropping kombucha cap. Not a good time to do that. Oh god. I'm starting to see another disadvantage having the microphone so close to my computer. I can't bend over and retrieve wayward caps. Oh, got it. We're good. We're fine. Everything's fine. Alright. Now let's see if I've rejuvenated this paint enough that I can use it. Actually, give it a shake first. Oh yeah!
What?
This paint is back! Look at that.
Congratulations.
Let's see if it's too runny. That's what I'm worried about. Oh no. Oh no, that's perfect. That is absolutely perfect. Get a smaller brush and do a little repair work on the white here. This one. Excuse me. So we played Fate of the Elder Gods on the stream yesterday.
Yeah, how'd that go?
Well, Greg got cursed into oblivion.
Okay.
Which is fairly bog standard for any Fate of the Elder Gods game with us. At one point, I was holding 5 curse cards for him. Jared decided he was going to try and get aggressive, which actually did a pretty good job. Like, he was definitely in contention the whole game. At one point or another, Chamali started making me angry, so I started cursing him. Or just raiding him aggressively, one or the other. And then, because we reached the 2-hour mark where we had to kill the stream, I ended up winning without intending to, because I was just kind of playing wild card. Lending further credence to the... Yeah, well... I guess it is what it is. I appreciate your congratulations. Thank you. But yeah, we had a good time. Code Kitten popped into the stream. That's Tara. You know Tara. I think. Anyway.
I don't think I've met her.
Oh, okay. So she popped in and she was like, the creepy music coupled with your rather insane brand of comedy creates quite a dichotomy. And I was like, yep, it does. That is very much intentional. Yeah, it was a good laugh. And, that's one of the things I like about that game so much is, yes, it's competitive, but it honestly doesn't feel like a competitive game. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, there are times in that game with like the investigators and stuff where half the time you're just scrambling by yourself, or it's, like you don't even need like other players to kind of try to screw you over.
Right. But also, like, you know, I have no problem being like, you know, Chamali makes a big aggressive play, and I'm like, oh, that's so cool, I didn't see that coming, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Which I think is something that kind of lacks in a lot of competitive games. Sometimes you just get too into the competitiveness of it and lose focus on the fact that you're supposed to be having fun with friends.
Yeah.
There we go. Marvelous, I spend almost half an hour painting white tonight. So I'm actually going to borrow a technique from Crisis Protocol in this mini. I'm actually going to wash him green, but only let it be in the crevices, obviously. And then do a white layer over the top.
Mm-hmm.
Which will create some really cool muscle definition with that weird greenness that really characterizes Joker. Alright. There we go. What do you use to deep clean your brushes when you do it?
This one.
Games and Gears Master Brush Cleanser.
Yeah.
Alright.
It came with the full set where all of, like oh, that's not even a brush. That's a completely different thing. But all of these brushes that came in nice fancy metal containers and stick with each other and store in themselves, blah blah blah, all that stuff. The whole set came with the clean cleanser, which is like an alcohol base. So it's like you just add a couple drops into a cup of water, and it gets your brushes clean. And then
Oh,
I
right
just
on.
used the brush soap that came with it as well.
Nice. Okay, I'll have to look into that. Alright. Cool. Good to know. Thank you.
Otherwise, I just use normal rubbing alcohol.
Yeah, that's kind of because it looks like that doesn't get made much anymore. So I'll probably just use rubbing alcohol, and that's fine. I just got a bit of crustiness in some of my brushes that could use to be gone. Take a look at this. Just a little bit on his hair, no big deal. Alright, I think it's inking
That's
time.
the
Oh, no,
base
it's
then.
not. I've got to do the base. Derp. Mech standard. Ooh. That's looking solid. What's he holding on to? Is that a newspaper box?
It's a newspaper stand.
Nice. Oh, that came out. That's really cool. This space has a weird, like, grid pattern on it that I don't love. Oh, I'm just complaining about the base sculpt here. It's got a weird grid pattern on it that I'm noticing that I don't love. But can't win them all. They can't all be perfect. I told you I picked up MODOK and Black Panther and Killmonger this week.
You did not tell me that.
Yeah.
I think you mentioned MODOK. I don't think you mentioned everyone else.
Yeah. Well, one of my friends and I went out to Jetpack Comics where I used to work, and because it's kind of like our annual thing. It's a little further away, so it's harder to get to. We go out there 2 or 3 times a year, and that's where you and I have been getting the Turtles books from, the Last Ronin. And so big shout out to Jetpack Comics. They are awesome. And I was just poking around, and I was like, all they've got is the Inhumans. And then I looked in the in another section. I'm like, oh, look at these. And so that was pretty cool. Pretty good find. Not models I was expressly after, but I was like, I should spend some money while I'm here. Like, support my friends, you know? Correct my mistakes, because I've made them. Oops, I forgot to put the green away. I'm doing well over here.
Okay, I'm not sure how well this is going to show up.
Whoa!
Newsprint.
That's awesome! All freehand, I imagine?
Yeah. So I did like the red headline at the top for the name of the newspaper. Drew in a very, very, very tiny yellow bugle.
Nice.
Basically like a really tiny triangle.
Yeah.
And then just added some like black lines for text and added a blue square for a picture.
Yeah.
For the front page.
I love it. You know who I wish would get more comics time these days?
Who?
Ben Urich.
Yeah.
He was
Didn't
such a
die?
cool character.
Didn't he die at some point in time recently?
He might
or
have, but
something?
who actually dies in comics? Other than Uncle Ben and Pa Kent. And I guess Howard Stark. Who, let's face it, was never really alive. Except in flashbacks. Alright. I need that Beal Tan Green. One. This is going to take some precision that I'm not super looking forward to, but we're going to try it. Start with his hair, that's easy. Oh yeah, that Beal Tan Green really makes the Wah flesh pop. for his hair. So, while we had the week off last week, my dad and I decided to make strawberry rhubarb jelly.
Yeah.
Dude.
How was it?
Oh my god, man, you have no idea. It's so good.
Yeah, I saw you posted on Discord.
Yeah.
And it looked delicious.
It was unbelievable. So for something we'd never tried before, we never even thought about trying. It was so good. And which is odd because strawberry rhubarb is one of my favorite things and one of my favorite flavors. You know, I might be able to just go with this. Yeah, I can. And we'll just towel it off. So it ends up just in the creases. Yeah, that's looking good. So what I'm doing here is I'm just wiping the Biel-Tan green over the white and then dragging my finger over it. So anything on the raised segments goes away.
So after getting the wash down, that bluish color looks great.
Oh yeah. You used the Nuln Oil?
I just used Nuln Oil instead of nightshade.
Yeah, good call, good call. Well, he's starting to look a little hulkish here, which I'm okay with, because we're going to hit him with a layer of white. But this is just kind of to get in the creases here. I'm not sure if I'm going to do it with a layer or a dry. Probably both. Especially with the purple pants, that's not helping. He just straight up looks like the Hulk right now. Or just wackadoodle Hulk. I need Druchii Violet. Alright. That was easy. Just Earthshade left. Ow! Oh, stiff back. Oh, we're starting the Circle Undone tomorrow.
Oh, that's good. Have you not played it before?
Alex has. Sammy and Mike and I have not. So I believe Sammy is the lead investigator on this one.
I wish we had... I wish I had someone to play consistently. I keep trying, and things keep coming up. Trying to schedule with other people to play, on TTS.
Yeah.
And then getting them to actually show up on time, or to actually show up that day. Our Forgotten Age campaign, playing online, took us over a year to complete.
Yeah, I mean, admittedly ours took us a lot longer than we wanted it to, but that was because of the pandemic.
Yeah, you got shut down because you were playing in person.
Yeah.
Ours started last May, and we didn't finish until June of this year.
Well, so we've got, Circle Undone, and then Dream Eaters is, I believe, right after that, right?
Yes.
So, you had expressed interest in doing tandem Dream Eaters. Is that still something you would be interested in doing with us?
Yeah, it is something, yes.
Okay. Now, have you played Dream Eaters?
No, not completely.
Awesome. Okay, so yeah, we'll probably do that then. In one way, shape, or form. I'm not sure what form that's going to take, but we're also very excited about the new one coming out.
Oh, Antarctica?
Yeah. All right. Here's Joker in terms of base coat ink wash. He looks kind of hulkish at the moment, but that will change. All the raised areas are going to be painted white over. And I think he's going to look pretty dope, but we got to let him dry. So, while that happens, it's time to work on Power Man. Luke Cage. Should I zoom in a little bit? Yeah, probably. Okay, cool. All right, starting with the flesh, which is Blood Reaver flesh. First layer here. Who you got?
Yeah.
Oh, you're off camera. Yeah. Oh yeah, there he is. All right. I see it now. Decision making. That's the brush I wanted. Couldn't find it. Was about to yell curses. Not really.
Foiled again.
What?
Foiled again.
Yeah. Yes, that kind of curses. Not the kind that would make me say language. That explains why I can't see what I'm doing. Once again, I've forgotten to turn my light on. It's so hard to work with layer paints that are like super similar to the base coat you put down.
Mm-hmm.
But the end result does look really good. You know what I finally broke down and bought the last time I was at the store?
What?
Necron Compound.
Nice.
Yep.
You need a shiny silver dry brush.
Yep. It was time. I've got things like... I had to do Bucky's arm without Necron Compound, and I was like, oh. This may have been a mistake.
Yeah, this will be tough. Shiny is just, like, such a difficult thing to pull off.
Yeah. The Necron Compound does get the job done. It occurred to me this morning that we haven't played Augs in so freaking long.
Yeah, I know. I'm still working on Mutanimal stuff for it.
The what?
The Mutanimal stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Since there seemed to be more of like a more or less a shutdown from
Yeah.
IDW games. We still have the files, but they're not really like moving forward with anything since they're having the problems with the Batman.
Yeah.
And like that's in production and getting made, but they kind of like pulled down all of their advertisements for the Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Was Avatar supposed to be Augs?
Yeah.
Oh, geez, I didn't know that.
Yeah, they were planning on an Avatar: The Last Airbender expansion, essentially kind of like Batman for TMNT.
Man.
But then they pulled that and kind of haven't said anything about that since. And they're like, seem to be shutting down a lot of their game division stuff.
Yeah.
And so everyone was worried about the new Mutanimal expansion.
Yeah. Oops.
That we've been working on, and it's like, well, guess there's nothing we can do about it.
Yeah. That's such a bummer.
So I went and got permission from IDW that as a playtester, since I've got all the files and stuff, they're letting me like go through a private printer to just like make stuff for the playtesters.
Oh, cool.
It won't be completely like we're obviously not selling it for profit or anything, but as the playtesters, we're going to be able to have physical copies of all this stuff.
That's fantastic, man.
So
I love what they did with Turtles. I mean, Augs literally, like, the Augs Turtles stuff got me back into Turtles.
Mm-hmm.
After many years of not even paying attention to them at all. And as Adams pointed out on a number of occasions, part of that is the people we play with, you know?
Yeah.
You and Chamali and Adam and Carlo and Greg. Like, we all get along so well, we have such a good dynamic that it's impossible not to have fun when we're all playing together.
Yeah, there is definitely something new set for the company. I mean, you talk about it with games, but I was reading reading something the other day about it's like how much you enjoy your job, even like comes down to how much you enjoy being around the people you work with.
Yeah. I can definitely corroborate that idea too. I mean, there are days when my coworkers are absolutely working my last nerve. And by coworkers in this case, I mean both my students and staff. And parents and administrators and everybody in between. You know, I think it's human nature to get frustrated with people that you work with. I don't think that's anything unusual, but the best days are the days that everyone's just firing on all cylinders. I'm just there to help each other. To do the best we can. Just like I'm sure there are days that the old monkeys are driving you crazy.
Yes. There are definitely those days.
But at the end of the day, it's all worth it. Oh, I meant to tell you, the new Pokemon Snap game
Yeah?
is straight fire, first of all, but the kiddos might appreciate it. I don't know if they're into Pokemon, but
They have a passing knowledge of Pokemon. They got excited a little bit when they got Pokemon cards in their Happy Meals.
oh wow, that's cool.
But I don't think they've really played much of the games. Like, I know I set them up on the Switch to play Pokemon Let's Go,
Yeah.
and they did that for about like 10 minutes before they got bored.
Oh, okay. Well, thought I'd throw that out there because the game is really good.
I was going to say our family movie night tonight was watching Star Wars.
Oh, nice. Which one?
The first one.
You'll have to be more specific.
The real first one.
Thank you.
Star Wars.
Yeah.
And, Rain did okay. She ended I mean, it was late. She ended up falling asleep during the Death Star run. Gavin fell asleep like
Oh, shit.
they were still running around on the Death Star.
Oh, boy.
So, yeah.
I love how we describe it as running around on the Death Star, because that's literally exactly what they were doing.
So yeah, I'm not sure how much, like I said, Rain was pretty well focused on it, but then just got tired towards the end.
Yeah.
Which is hard for her. Sometimes with ADHD.
Yeah. Well, I know what that's like.
Asking tons of questions the entire time.
Yeah.
That most of my answers were just watching a Tony in 5 minutes.
Yep.
Or less. Which sometimes is like maybe we're tough hard on her, but it's like she's on meds, and I know, but focusing, like, as much as it sucks, and I understand that she has problems, is going to be something that it's going to be a skill that she needs to develop.
Yeah. I mean, I was medicated for ADHD for most of my life. And finally I just said, I've had enough of this, and I need to learn the skill. And it was a long road. A long, very difficult road where everybody and his mother was trying to get me back on meds. And I was just like, no, I don't want to do this. It's making me tired and crabby and not fun to be around, and I'm just not down with that.
But overall, she did really good today, and we were very happy.
That's awesome.
That was just fun.
Alright, I gotta go deeper on these.
I gotta say, I'm not a fan of this like over militarized version of Captain America.
I am not either, man.
Like, the straps and the belt with the pouches, and I mean pouches are great, but like I like just the like let me be in my spandex costume type thing.
The first Avengers movie costume is as maligned as it is my favorite.
It's like I'm playing a superhero game. Like let them wear their costumes. Like don't try and don't try and MCU up my comic book stuff.
And the other problem that I have is like all the costumes that they're giving characters are just the same. They're these weird like leather like Arrow.
Yeah.
That's why I was really happy when in The Flash they were like, hey, we're not going to do leather. We're going to do like fabric instead. And I was like, well, that's a step in the right direction.
Yeah.
Ugh. Oh, take a breather for a minute. Ugh.
I'm being really bad about painting on camera today.
What's that?
I'm being really bad about painting on camera. I keep
Oh, yeah.
pulling it a lot closer to myself.
Yeah. I do that a lot. Of course, it's a slow day anyway, so nobody's missing much at the moment.
Do you know what game I've never really played before that I got to really for the first time today?
What's that?
Kind of, I'm really good at too. Operation.
How does that? I can't even. I've never been able to wrap my head around that game. Like, there's cards and things that do things, and I'm just like, what is all these?
Like, you deal out the specialist cards to the players,
Mm-hmm.
and that like lets them that if they get to do that surgery, they get bonus money. And then you shuffle up the doctor cards, and those are the ones like you take turns. Like, I draw a card. Okay, what surgery is this? I attempt it. If I succeed, I get paid the money that's at the bottom, and that's like your points essentially. Because at the end, whoever has the most money wins. If I fail, whoever has the specialist card for that can attempt, and they get paid double.
Oh, dang, that's cool.
If they succeed. So if you fail, but yeah, using the little like metal tweezers to reach in without hitting the edges, essentially.
That is cool.
It's your goal. And considering I do similar stuff many times, like in real life for my job and or hobbies.
Did you just annihilate everybody?
Oh yeah, I completely crushed it.
There's a joke I think it's season. Must be season 4 of Scrubs because it's a diabetes joke, which is not something to joke about. But anyway, what? Unless you're Wilford Brimley, yeah, right. Where he's like, never play Operation against a surgeon for money.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, yeah, that's probably fair.
So yeah, I ended up with like over $10,000.
Nice.
And then the next person had like 3,000.
Whoops. Oh, right, yellow. I've done 4 characters with primary color yellow in a row here. Kind of getting sick of it.
Yellow's a tough one. I don't like doing it as a primary.
I don't mind it. I have a process. It's just your Averland Sunset, and then Uriel yellow and Flash gets yellow. With the yellow wash in between the base and the layers.
Mm-hmm.
I'm literally just Flash gets yellow just goes on the very, very highest points. There we go. Alright, what's next? Pants, I guess. Which is really very easy. Luke Cage might just be the easiest of the Crisis Protocol minis I've done so far. Because I did our stumbled into blue technique or blue jean denim technique.
Mm-hmm.
And it holds, man. It's holding the baby. Okay, I'm actually going to do this in a different order. I'm going to do the base first, which may seem stupid. But if one of my dry brushes doesn't work, I'm going to need to use this one. And don't want it to get clogged with blue before I have to use it for gray. Nice. Here we go. And then we'll get into rust in just a minute on this. Alright, blue time. Stop. Hammer time. What? Oh, that was a wildly... What?
I just started doing the line.
Yeah. That song was great.
It is great.
Awesome. All right. Just throw down that newly acquired Necron compound, and we'll be good here.
What are you throwing that on?
He's got the bracers on.
Oh yeah. Old school.
Old school. Well, not super old school. If it was true old school, Luke Cage would have a giant afro and a tiara.
Yes.
And no facial hair. Which kind of bothers me about this model. I really was hoping it would be Afro Thunder Luke Cage, but
that's not a hard thing to make up if you have some green stuff.
Yeah, the problem is he's got the facial hair, and Afro Luke Cage decidedly did not, and that's really hard to model out.
Yeah,
I definitely considered it because you're right.
I had the similar problems trying to when I was messing with
Carol,
Miss Marvel.
Yeah.
I was trying to get her. I was trying to get different costumes and like modeling out the like knee pads and some of the armor and the way it's set up.
Yeah,
was really difficult.
Shiny.
So I ended up just
Oh,
like
shoot.
adding the hair and doing what I could.
I made a mistake. Some of the shiny went onto his arm. That is not helpful in any way. So we'll fix it. You break it ease, you fix it ease. Need you. I think I got it. Alright. Everything is fine. We're all fine here now. Thank you. How are you?
I just watched that movie.
That's why I made the reference. That movie's so good, too. Like, Empire's the best. I don't think very many people are going to argue with you on that one. But
Yeah.
Star Wars is so good. Excuse me. All right. So, here's the educational part of the show, where I talk about how I discovered how to paint girders. It is a bit of a process, so you're going to have to bear with me here, but and also I find the website. That would help. Oh wait, it's I can't do that because you're here. Oh, whoops. What have I done? Now I'm just losing my mind. Tab. There we go. There we go. Now we're moving. All right. Oh, I believe I texted Alex that one. Yeah. Okay. Cool. So I need to go to a website that has my tutorial on it. HTTPS. realmofplastic.com. There's a painting tutorial on rust and weathering here on realmofplastic.com. And it's just this really cool step-by-step on it. It starts out with basing it black, which I have not done, so I need to go ahead and do that. I've got Abaddon Black kicking over here. And this does work. It seems a little janky at first, but here you go. Bear with me. And yeah, I need the right brush for it, though. Here you are. Singing along with the music here, sorry. Alright, so we're going to paint the whole kit and caboodle, the whole girder black. Start there. This will take a minute. They suggest priming the model black, but unfortunately I don't want the whole thing to be rusty. If I did, that's what I would do. But somehow a rust-covered Power Man doesn't really make much sense to me. I did the same thing when I did the Spider-Man mini, and it came out really well, so figured I'd run it back. A little bit of black in here. on the edges. Oh, you know what I saw the other day that was really fun?
What?
Spamalot.
Huh?
The musical Spamalot.
Oh yeah, that one's great.
It's so much fun. It's a little odd, especially coming as I do from having recently watched things like Hamilton and In the Heights. But it's very fun. And the guy who played King Arthur, I don't know how familiar you are with 90s television, but he played Mr. Sheffield on the TV show The Nanny.
Mm-hmm.
And this was just this little playhouse in Agunquit, Maine. I was like, what are you doing here? You do TV stuff, like you're actually famous, and you're slumming it in some little playhouse in Maine. But he was awesome, and it was just an incredible amount of fun. I went with my dad, and he is well, my parents are season ticket holders to the Agunquit Playhouse, and boy, it was just a great time. Oh, and you know, as we're driving down, Dad's like, "Oh, keep an eye out for a place to go for dinner, because obviously we're hungry." And I found a place called the Holy Grail.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, I'd been there before. I knew it existed. I just didn't know how close we were to it. And then I discovered that they had Monty Python's Holy Ale on tap. I was like, well, I think our beverage choice has been made for us here.
Yeah.
It's solid ale too. Zach's beer reviews. Come here. All right, last little bits of black here, and then we'll move on to Rhinox Hide, which will be next. I just had to drop down a brush size because I need to get in some of these gaps. But yeah, it was very silly and very fun. Glad we did it. It's one of those musicals that I don't necessarily feel like I have to go back and watch again. Like I've seen it.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen that once. I don't really need to see it again. But it was a great birthday present. And of course, with Father's Day right there as well, I sort of returned the favor. I got my dad tickets to see Five for Fighting. I don't know if you remember them. Or him.
No, I do.
It's a band that Dad and I have listened to since I was a kid. Good old-fashioned folk rock. And he happens to be coming to a little music hall near me right after. So I will be on my way home from a comic book convention in October. And so I'll just take a different turn going home and go see Five for Fighting instead as well. Which will be pretty cool, I think. All right, we have gotten the girder turned to black. That's the first step. Put this away. Take a sip of GT's kombucha. Not a sponsor, but Dave, let's talk. Okay. I'm going to do a layer of Rhinox Hide over the top of that.
And what's Rhinox Hide?
Rhinox Hide is a dark brown. It's sort of a little bit of a red hue to it, but very dark brown. It's the kind of color that you'd paint a flamethrower if you had one and you didn't want anybody to see that. You ever think about the concept of a flamethrower?
What about it? It
Like-
like shoots propellant and you light it on fire and it
Well, it's
spreads.
yeah, but I mean, we have them, you know. Well, we don't have them. The military has them, which
You can buy one.
I suppose you could make one even. But
You just need a super soaker and some gasoline.
yep, pretty much. And although it does beg the question, like, wouldn't we be just completely screwed if we had to go up against the military? Because the military has flamethrowers. But anyway, the concept of the flamethrower, somebody at some point in history had to say that he'd really like to set those people over there on fire, but he just isn't close enough to get the job done. What he needs is something that would throw flame on them.
Mm-hmm.
And which is okay, fine, great. It would have ended right there, though, if he hadn't mentioned it to his buddy who's good with tools. And his buddy went home, and about a week later came back and said, "Boy, I really liked your concept of the flamethrower." Set everything on fire. And that's when the military shows up and offers to buy 500,000 of them and paint them dark brown. And I'm like, all right. I don't know, just the idea of somebody being like, I'd really like to set those people over there on fire, strikes me as funny. That's a George Carlin bit.
Yeah, I know.
Not as funny as his airline announcements, but... or list of people who ought to be killed. Alright, nearly done with the Rhinox hide here. This went on much quicker than the Abaddon Black, mostly because of the black primer, filling in a lot of, or black undercoat, filling in a lot of the extra spaces that we just aren't going to see on a regular basis. Alright. Let that dry for a moment. While I figure out what the heck... Oh, we're listening to Metroid Prime 3. Alright, very cool. I like it. Then, what we're doing here is a progressive stippling. Now, GW does make a stippling brush. It looks kind of like this, and it's horrendous for this application. What I ended up using instead was actually just a dry brush. But I'll show you what that looks like, just for posterity. I get this brush cleaned off and this Rhinox hide put away. And we're going to start with Mornfang Brown, one of our favorites here on the show. Once again, I do need to lubricate my voice. That's what this kombucha is good for. Alright, so here's the Mornfang Brown. We love it. It's just your base standard brown. And what I'm going to do, and I'll use the stippling brush for this one, but I'm going to go to the dry brush in just a minute because I want to show what this does. Just like a dry brush, you basically get all the paint off of it. And now I'm just going to kind of jab at it. The problem is with the stippling brush, it doesn't fit in the gap very well. So it leaves big blocks of paint where you don't want them. So it ends up just being better to use a dry brush for this. Yeah, I kind of hate the stippling brush. It's straight garbage. Oh god. All right. So I guess I'll just use this one. So I'm just taking it perpendicular to the model itself and just stabbing at it with the brush. A lot. And it just kind of creates a dimply effect. Which will start to become more clear as I start changing the color. I told you I bought my my niece her first Mini.
I think you mentioned it.
Yeah, she's 6. I can't wait to see what she does. It's gonna be so cute. And such a mess that I'm gonna have to clean up, and I'm not looking forward to that. All right. So there's the Mournfang Brown. Oops, did I miss a bit? No, I didn't. Okay, we're fine. And we're gonna move into Wild Rider Red. Which is a very, very bright red. And so I'm gonna tone it down pretty considerably here. With my dry brush, I'm going to switch to my red dry brush because I have one. Reds tend to stain brushes pretty hardcore, and they don't really come out very easily. So I have a special dry brush that is just for reds. I'll use that now. Paint's a little runny, but I don't think it'll be fine. And see what happens here. You can start to see the detail a little bit more. And the red starts to kind of feels kind of corrupty. Which is exactly what we're doing, because rust kind of corrupts metal. Oops, too much. Come on. There we go, now we're
Okay, got base coat down to tap.
Nice. Oh yeah, he looks sick. Almost done with Luke here. It's okay if you get it on the rocks a little bit. Rust tends to migrate, so not the end of the world. All right, there we go. And the next one is an orange called Fire Dragon Bright. I don't know if I have.
I've got a layer of that.
Yeah, it's a layer.
Okay, I do not have a dry brush.
No, yeah, it's not dry. What the heck is this? Okay. So realistically, I think it may just go with let me just attempt Troll Slayer Orange here with a little, just very, very, very dulled out. I'm just looking to hit the corners with it. My whole hand is red at this point. So keep wiping my brush off on my hand. Which is definitely how you're supposed to paint. This paint is being uncooperative. Alright, that's fine. We're good. Just hit the corners real light with this. Just being very gentle with it. Go. All right, starting to look like rusted metal over here. All right. Now, as if we weren't already sick to death of stippling, we're gonna hit it with Xandri dust now. Back to my browns and grays brush. That'll be fine. And truth be told, this is the tutorial that actually convinced me to get Xandri dust in the first place. Alright, just little bits in the corners here. You'll notice I'm doing less and less every time of these. There we go. That might have been a little too much, but it'll all come out in the wash. It'll be fine. Speaking of wash, we're gonna do Agrax Earthshade. One of our faves.
Such a good staple go-to.
Ugh, so useful. Apply to everything. Doctor's orders, right? And we're just gonna let it do its job. We're not going to let it pool too much. I'm just going to kind of spread it out pretty evenly. And then is where, once that dries, then we're going to hit it with the Necron compound. And it should be good to go. I'll give this a couple minutes here. And if you're doing sci-fi stuff, you can follow that up with Rise of Rust, but I don't tend to do that. You can also follow it up with the Nylock Oxide, which I do tend to do, even though this isn't brass or copper, because it just looks cool. Really. In the meantime, we can check on Joker here. He's still looking pretty hulkish, but I think it'll end up working pretty well. I'll probably finish this off camera because I need to be a little more precise with it, but I'll show it off next week. if I'm reminded. Come on, dry. I don't know if that helps, but helps me. Helps my sanity.
Shutting dry at it?
What?
Shutting dry?
Dry! What color do you think I should paint Luke's base? Is that a yellow? It's probably a yellow, right?
Probably. You do that like at rim, like Adam does.
Like Adam does, yeah. I like that idea. I've already used the Averland Sunset for Wolverine. Or was it Wolverine? What is it? Yeah, for Wolverine. But I think it works for Power Man also. I think I'm gonna run into that a lot because I'm just using like base colors. I'm not using layers for the bases, which is just a personal decision. Obviously, I have nothing against layers, and I think they're great, but. Come on, go back in your hole. Thank you. Get back in your hole! That's some Gears of War. Oh, Alex and I had a fun time playing Gears Tactics the other day.
Yeah.
We encountered a Brumac. They're big and ugly. We died a lot to it. And then we didn't. It's nice to find games that, like, I'm marginally competent at.
Always nice.
Like, I definitely would not say I'm good at Gears, but I'm, you know, serviceable. And we're entertaining, so that's why we do what we do. And of course I have to yell at Alex and tell him he's a baboon a lot. Alright, let's do the top part.
Okay, Captain America wash.
Sick! I'm really looking forward to painting Cap. I agree with you that the, you know, MCU-atizing him... Oh my god, I'm just... All this is my hand on screen. Was a mistake, but... The detail on his costume is going to be a fun challenge, so... There you go. Alright, that ink should be dry by now. At least dry enough to hit it with a dry brush. Yeah. Whoa, jeez. Hold on. Am I still audible? Yeah, I'm still good. Okay. We're still good. We're still fine. Everything's fine. I don't know why I'm shaking that. It's a dry brush. You. Here we go. All right, there's that. And then last, but not least, is that little bit of Nihilakh oxide, whatever they call it. I need to stop smacking my mic. Smack it right into the... It's been a billion hours resetting this. All right. Yeah, this is done. So there you are. Now, Nihilakh oxide is a technical paint that gives a little bit of a corroded look to metal. I only use a tiny bit of it, but I think it really makes it pulls these up to the next level. So just a little bit. Just a little bit. Particularly around the bolts. And there we go. There is... Come on, camera, focus. Power Man. What do you think, Broody?
Well, he looks awesome.
I'm really happy with it. His back looks solid too. All right. Well, I don't know where you stand, but we've just hit the 2-hour mark. Are you ready to call it?
Yeah, I can definitely. Yeah.
All right. Well,
I'm just starting on some dry brushing, so.
yeah. Sounds good. Sounds good. All right. Well, I think we'll call it there. Thank you for tuning in tonight and on the YouTubes. I'll be live tomorrow night on the Handelabra Games channel, 6 o'clock p.m. for Tales from the Archive, and 9 o'clock p.m. on the Ryugami-san channel for the This Is Difficult podcast. Broody, this is always a joy, man. I'm so glad we get to continue doing this. Despite all the curveballs and changes life has thrown at us over the last year. And I look forward to doing more next week.
Mm-hmm.
Have a good one.
I'm going to do it as well.
Have a good one, everybody. Bye.
See ya.